So hello! You may have remembered Anna, formerly Jeremy, from the game night tabletop discussions thing that we used to do. Well, she and I went and saw Superman in theaters last night, and after getting some sleep, I wanted to talk about it. And, is it echoey in here? Anyway, I really wanted to put a review for Superman up here because I feel that they nailed it. James Gunn, after how many years, finally gave us a Superman that felt like Superman. We've talked, I may have at one point on this channel talked about how I feel they haven't really done Superman right in a very, very long time. And, at one point I think I talked about, many years ago, I talked about superheroes needing to save people more. That it's not about just beating up the bad guys. You're a hero. You should do heroic things. And this happened a lot in James Gunn's Superman movie. There are many times that the person Superman was fighting has the upper hand on Superman because he was busy saving lives. There was this whole sequence where he's being knocked around by this group of guys and like tumbling through this weird space river thing during this whole sequence for quite a while because he is busy completely keeping an alien baby away from all harm. Nothing touched the baby through the entire sequence. They were beating up on him. The baby was unharmed. And I watched this whole sequence. I was like, that's Superman. That is absolutely the sort of thing that would be going on. And once he was done saving the baby, the fight was over because he's Superman. And it's like, hey, the big bad was wailing on him, and it's like, the fight's going okay, kind of, but and then Supes would have to dash off and catch a building so it didn't crush people, or he'd have to, this was right. This is what should be going on with Superman, because that's what he does. Some people may have hated that he is the big blue Boy Scout, but that's what he's supposed to be, and I couldn't be happier. Many times in the movie, it was like they're trying to put the realistic political problems on his doorstep, and his only answer was, people are going to die if I don't do anything. I'm not thinking about the politics. I'm trying to save lives. And stuff like that. As opposed to Lex Luthor in the movie, who absolutely was hell-bent on his own ego, hating Superman for, in his opinion, being this entitled alien, didn't deserve it, and made humanity look terrible by comparison, especially him, and just wanted Superman dead as a result. It's like this. I could talk about all the other stuff. It's like you had a couple of the other lesser tier, like Justice League people. They called themselves the Justice Gang. Well, one of them did. But Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, like possibly one of the least well-known Green Lanterns, was used, and played brilliantly by Nathan Fillion. I didn't even notice till the end credits when it said, "Oh, Nathan Fillion was in this." Oh my God! They did such a great job. I didn't even know it was him. But in retrospect, yeah, makes sense now. But that they had that Green Lantern, they had Hawk Girl, who I wouldn't say is completely unknown or anything like that, but yeah, definitely a lesser known member. And then Mr. Terrific, who I knew about, but I knew that it's like, wow, hardly anybody would know Mr. Terrific. But he was basically the member of the Justice Gang that pulled the most weight in the movie. He was the most helpful anyway. And we later see Metamorpho. I think they called him something else, but yeah, I like it had that James Gunn thing of taking lesser characters and trying to push them to the forefront. Did that for the Suicide Squad movies. They did that for the Guardians of the Galaxy, who no one heard about until he messed with it. But yeah, I had a terrific time. I had a wonderful time watching this movie, and I really didn't know. I had my doubts listening to like other critics, but yeah, I had a great time with this movie. The Kents, Superman's adopted parents, oh, they're fantastic. Authentic Kansas accents, which made sense. Actual folksy wisdom coming from Joseph Kent, unlike in Jack Snyder's movie where you're like, well, you expect them to die? Expect me to let them die? Maybe. Maybe? No, absolutely not. No. And it's like, I can't, I'm gushing over the moon, but I don't want to spoil too much. I might probably already did. But I highly recommend if you are a fan of Superman at all, DC Comics, you really wanted to finally see something closer to the Christopher Reeves Superman classics, you should see this movie. If that's the things you're into, you are going to have a great time. If you want to see a approach on Superman that has not been used in years, then you'll want to see this movie. If you want to see a superhero movie where you can actually see what's going on, it's not absolutely moody tripe the entire way through, and it kind of does give a positive message that isn't some cheap, judgmental Christ figure allegory thing. You'll want to see this movie. Basically, in short conclusion, like, I absolutely loved it, and I honestly think you will too, if you just try it. So that's Superman in theaters right now. Stay tuned.